I bought the LEGO Star Wars UCS Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder, or in other words, a LEGO Star Wars set that exists. Hello everyone, it is Ivory Public Studs here to take a look at set 75341, the Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder with 1,890 pieces, 2 minifigures, again retailing for $200, LEGO store exclusive. That's pretty neat. And yeah, so in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at every detail, going through a hyperlapse, going through everything, also trying to see if you want to buy this LEGO Star Wars set, and even if you have it, maybe uncover some stuff that you might not have known about it, and stuff along those lines. So if you enjoy this video, please remember to hit that subscribe button. Also, check out my Rakuten link below. You get $30 when you spend $30 on anything at lego.com, and on top of that, if you spend over $160 right now at LEGO, you're getting the 3 free promotions you guys all know about. In fact, if you buy it today, you'll get this, and this. So I strongly recommend you check that out, and on top of that, you get a free $30. So check out Rakuten, link in description. So with that said, we're gonna jump right into a box review. We'll have chapters down below if you wanna skip around, find out what you wanna learn about this set. And with that said, let's get into it. So first up, we have a look at the box art. It is pristine black background with the Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder logo. Very cool. Obviously, you move down, you have 1,890 pieces at 75341, 18 plus. You have the Star Wars logo and the Disney logo in the bottom quarter. And of course, the UCS Collector Series. I still won't forget that they got rid of the original emblem they had on all of them. Now, on the back of the box, we do have a good look at, again, the Landspeeder. You have a look at the figures you get a little bit. Obviously, they're not highlighted here. You also do get some pictures on the set of the movie. You also get the diameters, which are 49 centimeters or 19 inches, as well as 10 centimeters or 4 inches high. You also get a little look at the interior, and just a great feel for the set as a whole. And it wouldn't be a LEGO Star Wars review at this point if we didn't have the side box art printing. Now, as for the unboxing, there is tape on each side. I usually like to unbox the side that has the little print on it of the set, which in this case is the left of me. And then we're going to move over, and you get this new shield piece in its own wrapping, and then usually you just dump it. And then you get all of the different pieces alongside a wrapped instruction manual to keep it nice and flat, which is, of course, very, very nice. So here is the instruction manual for the UCS Luke's Landspeeder. It comes with a QR code in case you don't really want to build with the physical manual. And it comes with one of my favorite quotes. We'll move here. This model has been in high demand for a long time, and our designers developed new elements, building techniques, and colors to create the most authentic looking replica as possible. Meaning that apparently this has been a highly demanded item, the Luke's UCS Landspeeder. Well, this is news to me. I never heard anyone ever ask for this, to be 100% honest.
Nobody asked!
You also move to the other page, you get some nice details about all of these guys, about how they made them. You get some really cool shots, the designer right there. You get all this really just neat stuff on it, and it's very simple, very cool. And then you obviously move into all of the basic instructions. And it was a very fun build. I will say that before we even get started. Now our first minifigure up is Luke Skywalker, son of Anakin Skywalker. Obviously, the Landspeeder is his, so if he didn't come in the set, that would be a little off. Either way, here he is, not an exclusive minifigure. Farm Boy Luke, one of the most common Star Wars minifigures we have ever seen. To be honest, he comes with a little binoculars, a lightsaber. Very simple minifigure, very boring, in my opinion. On the opposite side of that spectrum, we have a very cool minifigure in the form of fully dual-molded, arm-printed everything C-3PO. They went all out with this, and aside from the controversy regarding exclusivity in UCS sets, this is a cool minifigure, all things aside. The main thing, obviously, being exclusive to the set, the legs. He does have a dual-molded gray leg with some beautiful printing. You can wrap it around. It is great. You also do get some just great highlights. This is not a drum lacquered C-3PO. It is not all gold painted, but it is just a great-looking thing. You get the arm printing, which did appear in another set, but is obviously still very neat. You're also, again, getting just all the beautiful wraparound printing. LEGO really nailed this figure, and he looks good. He looks very solid. Now let's get on to the build. Now here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the UCS Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder. Quite an interesting UCS set, to be 100% honest. And I think my favorite words, again, to describe this set are, this is a LEGO Star Wars set that exists. There's nothing truly awesome about it. It just is there. You do get a very interesting but generic platform build. It holds it well, and you can move over. You have the little X-34 Landspeeder, its manufacturer, length, engines, maximum altitudes, capacity, that sort of stuff. And it's just a regular sticker. If you would like to line up the set with the platform, all you have to do is just lay it down, and it's very, very simple. On the front, you do have two stickers to resemble some of the details here, and really this should have been a print, especially with UCS sets. I don't get the whole stickering thing. It makes it feel much cheaper in quality, and you could certainly tell. With that being said, one of my favorite details here is this whole side thing they did. It is not any special clips. There's no special buttons you push it into. It's just held in by the friction between this over here as well as this over here, and I really like that. And again, a thing I love with this set is its lack of technic. It is a very simple set. The most complicated thing you're seriously building here is that platform. Now let's move back to the engines. Actually, I lied a little. The engines are a little difficult. First off, this one was the main one. Obviously, it's missing some paneling, so its wires are showing, and it looks really good. They nailed all the wiring down. You notice you have some of the whip pieces. You have this other brown one that goes all the way around. You have, I believe, one I haven't seen before. It has like 4 different areas popping out of it. It's really, really neat. As for this side, it is obviously stickered, but, you know, it is all nice and clean. It looks solid, and you can move it around, and you get the rounded back end. Now, on the back, you obviously have your, well, back engine. Again, looks very solid, very clean, and it is basically a pin-in, so it's a very simple part if you want to take it out. It's pretty easy to. I'm not going to do that, but it is a little wobbly. It's something I've noticed. It doesn't move and stay in place, I mean, very well. It's just all right. In the back, you, of course, have your thrusters. They look fine. There's nothing really interesting about it. By far, one of my least favorite parts about this set is up here you have a mix of it being rounded off as well as studs, but in the back, it's nearly all studs. There's like some mild tiling like right here, but I hate the amount of just plain studded area. That's not what this should look like. It really hurts the model, I feel like, when you have it all crowded back there, but slightly smooth here. Realistically, this should have been at least half tiled in a way. You got like one line here, and honestly, it's just something that is a minor pet peeve. I'll survive with or without it, but it's just kind of annoying. You also do get a exclusive new windshield piece, very solid. You do not want to get your fingerprints on it. The packaging it came in was actually stellar. And then obviously you do have a little control set. You do have a sticker here for the controls as well as a center console type thing. You do have a little joystick right here, and also they could drive over here. You can move, I guess, this up and down if you want. And for those who are wondering, which I'm sure there's at least one of you out there, you can fit Luke Skywalker, but he'll look like a small child driving, and it will look kind of funny. You also do have these black, I guess, windscreen protectors of some sort on there. Nothing really crazy. You do get some pretty cool seating, just nothing really special. Again, these are all pretty fixed into place, making for a decent looking model. And finally, up front, you do have a little hole here using a blaster as well as some roller skates as a little bit of detailing and decorum. And also, if you do want to display it without the stand, this is a very suitable thing to do. I think it actually looks better in a lot of respects without the stand, standing out much more as a model, and it's just kind of cool looking, to be 100% honest. And finally, I would like to mention, LEGO absolutely nailed the coloring on her. She looks absolutely great in that respect. But beyond that, again, there is not much to talk about here. So as I've been saying throughout this whole review, this is a LEGO Star Wars set that exists. Plain and simple. And I know, like most LEGO Star Wars sets do exist, and this one is exceptional at existing. It's just so generic, so plain. There's nothing really exciting about it. With that being said, this was a fantastic building experience. There was no major technic. It was not overly complicated. Probably for most people, the most complicated thing you're gonna do is placing the little things in here, the pipes. And it was very simple for me, to be honest. I had no major difficulties the entire time, short of dealing with a little bit of the wiring up here. And really, it's just a fun build. There's nothing aggravating about it. There's nothing awful about it. It's a nice, enjoyable 4 hour build if you pace yourself properly. I took about probably close to 3-4 hours because I wanted to get this review out. And it was just a fun build. Like, really, that's all of it is, plain and simple. And if you're looking for nothing else other than that, this is a great set. I'd say right now this is the best UCS set to get right now. It is the least technic involved, and for a lot of people I know, like me, not a big fan of that. This helps a ton. This is less technic involved than most LEGO Star Wars sets. In fact, the most technic involved thing in it is the stand. The build itself hardly uses any technic. It's all plain brick. And beyond that, the coloring is great. I love this awesome color. This new guy, I know mock builders are a big fan of it, so that's going to be massively helpful to them. The sticker usage, a little extra, especially when it's this pronounced on the front. And again, this is going to be a complaint LEGO Star Wars fans will have until the end of time. LEGO just doesn't like printing exclusive bricks. I've come to accept that at this point, unfortunately. But overall, it's a very solid set. Would I pick this up if I was not a LEGO Star Wars YouTuber? No, I wouldn't. I think it's relatively a boring model. I think if you were to get anything to put on your shelf, I think I'd rather get an R2-D2. Granted, it's a little more complicated of a build. I think I'd rather get most things. It's more iconic shelf models, and also this one happens to look a bit like a shoe. Like, you just put your foot in there, and it's like a sandal, as JB Brick Fanatics put it. But if you're looking for a calming build, this is probably for you. $200. It's a solid price. It's not overpriced. It's not underpriced. It's just right price. And quite honestly, for these types of UCS sets, I do not think they will be $200 for much longer. I'm sure they're probably going to be going up to at least $225, $250, maybe even. So this might be one of the last $200 May 4th releases, which is quite sad. We've had a few good ones, as you can see behind me, just over the last few years. And this is, again, another edition. So there it is. So if you want a LEGO Star Wars set that exists, buy this. Go for it. And if you want to get something more interesting than this, go get something else. I have a review of every other set that's come out this year and last year. So remember to check out all those videos. I will see you all in the next one. Remember, peace out and stay awesome.